This is part 19 of our Link's Awakening walkthrough, and in this part we're going to be making our way to the Catfish Mall, but first we're going to go a little bit out of our way and get the 20 seashells.
A little bit, it's kind of a lot. It's a lot.
So we can finally upgrade the sword to the L2 sword.
Oh man, it's so nice to get the L2 sword too. It feels like we've been collecting seashells forever.
I know, it is just a great time to get it right now, just before you get into the second half of the game, really. I think
it's a great time to get as early as you can, really.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when you combine that with the defensive tunic we got from the cover dungeon, we're going to be in really good shape for the second half of the game.
If we got the attack, if we got the red and got the attack and then the sword upgrade, just imagine how powerful we would have been.
We wouldn't have even needed defense.
But I probably, like we said, like the last couple walkthroughs, I probably would have taken defensive too.
And you'll see in the next dungeon we get into, I have a habit of running into a lot of enemies, so I think the defensive upgrade was well worthwhile.
Man, it really feels like it only takes 20 to get the sword upgrade, but it really feels like we've been collecting secret seashells forever.
I know. I feel like we grabbed like 2 or 3 between almost every dungeon we do.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we've been grabbing a lot. Like it felt like got 20 like long time ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, we definitely did.
But this sword is so awesome, and I actually forgot how powerful it was until I watched this video today.
Yep. Plus, I love how, like, thinking back to like Link to the Past. This sword, when you have full health, you get the full health.
The beam, which is awesome.
Which is awesome. It gives you a ranged attack, which, since I don't have the bow or the hook shot yet, it's the only ranged attack I have.
I mean, it really gives you away from enemies too, so you don't take as much damage too. Well, we probably still manage a way to get hit, but
of course we do. That's the way we play. It's the way we play. But yeah, we really do have to go kind of out of our way here to get this 20th seashell. We're all the way. We're north of Animal Village in this shrine.
Oh, is that this? Okay, I thought this was like in a desert area or something, or close to a desert area.
It's in that whole eastern side of the island. But yeah, this one is actually really well hidden because
I never got this one.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we have to go through this area for something else, but we never have to go to this center area where we get the seashell.
Have we been through this area yet to get, like, it's on the very left side, right?
Right side, very right side.
No, I mean, like, the place we go to, like the shrine or cave or whatever, is on the left side of this place, right?
Yeah.
Have we been there yet? Or
no.
is that's later on? Okay.
I think that might actually be the 6th dungeon. But yeah,
man. I just played this game like a year ago, and I've already forgotten some of it.
But we finally got this seashell, which is nice. And a funny thing, I'm pretty sure now that we have 20, any chests or things like that where we would have normally found a seashell just has rupees in it now.
See, I thought there was like 26 or something in the game, and you can still get them all though, right?
I don't think, like I said, I think once you get 20, it starts just giving you rupees.
Okay, so there's no more you can get?
You can still get those treasure chests.
Okay.
But I don't think you can get any.
In our next walkthrough, we'll be getting secret seashells again.
I know, I'll feel like an idiot. Man, I struggle with these blobs. I tell you.
Oh, they always get on me too.
I mean, thankfully the little ones don't do any damage.
It's so frustrating how they slow you down. And can you swing your sword?
No.
I wasn't paying attention there.
You can swing your sword, but it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep moving until they eventually fall off.
It just stinks, man, because I did not get the L2 sword until like before the 8th dungeon.
Oh.
So like I played through almost the entire game without even getting it. It's such a huge difference.
And I think where it makes the biggest difference is when you're fighting like bosses and mini bosses. Of course, I mean it's just instead of taking like 10 hits or 12 hits, the fights are so much shorter, and you'll see that. Even though I kind of mess around with this next boss a little bit, but you'll kind of see that it doesn't take too many hits to take care of.
Well, in this game, it's not really like that. Like this game's a little bit easier in my opinion. I think because I've played some of the other handhelds, like the Oracle games. The sword upgrade's humongous.
Yeah.
But like I see what you're saying though. Yeah, I mean, if you get to one of those hard bosses, I mean, it really helps that it only takes half the hits.
It really does. It really does. Now, what I don't understand is who in the world is running this I can't even say seashell.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one,
She sells seashells down by the seashore. There we go. Okay, well, good. It's that tongue twister.
Okay.
But yeah, it's funny. The mansion just says, "My job here is finished," and you get the sword upgrade.
It's like some kind of like spirit, or I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know.
But you never see it, you never hear it. I mean, that's the only time you hear it.
Yeah, how in the world do seashells even like contribute to an upgrade sword? Like, how does that all work? But at the same time, like, how does a trade sequence really work? To get you a sword. I guess that makes a little bit more sense. But yeah. How these seashells contribute to the upgrade sword is beyond me.
I do say I really like the sound effects and the visual there when you do get the upgraded sword.
Yes.
It's just a nice little cinematic with some cool music.
Especially I always mention for this game, I mean, those things, like those technology things like that were a lot harder to do. So like, just the beams coming off when you get the sword in the house, I mean, that was a big deal back then.
I kind of wish they'd have given us...
You sound old now.
They kind of are.
We're 20. We've told them this before.
Right.
Oh, we're always drinking. 21.
yeah, 21. At least 21. But I just think they could have done a better job of naming the sword. I mean, it's like sword L2.
But you gotta think, like, look, they didn't have that much room on the screen, though, either, to,
That's
like,
true.
you know, I guess they didn't have to give it a name, really.
Yeah.
But, like, they wanted to put the, I guess, L2 on the side, so you really couldn't make it a big name.
Yeah, and I guess it is at least consistent, because, like, the power bracelet, you have L1 and L2.
Yeah. Now, your blue tunic looks a little camouflage right there in that water, man.
It shows to stop those Zoras from getting
there should be no enemies that should be able to hit you right there.
Yeah, it looks like you should blend right in.
Those bombers will still get you somehow in the water.
I killed one in a couple screens ago, and I felt so proud of myself for finally killing one of those guys. Now, they just had my number.
This is a part of trade sequence I actually got lost on. Up to this point, I didn't look or cheat or anything like that, which I almost always do in trade sequences because I get lost somewhere. But I had this point, and I spoke to that mermaid, then came here, and totally forgot about the mermaid.
Well, that's fun because you talked to it like 45 seconds before you walk in here.
Like, you just, I don't know, I guess I just lapsed, and once I lapsed, I just never remembered to come back to it.
And how that fisherman thought that necklace was a big one, I was.
Yeah, he's like a big one, and he was like, yeah, it's a necklace.
Maybe it was hooked on the bottom or something.
Yeah, that could be true, like, when it gets hooked on logs or whatever, the line gets hooked on logs.
But he must not be a very experienced fisherman.
Yeah, I just like swimming this whole big water area, too. This is pretty neat, because we just now been able to do it, really, because we just left the Fort Dungeon. We'll call our dungeon, actually, but...
Well, yeah, once we got the
Fort Dungeon, Fort Dungeon recently.
And it's kind of a parallel to, like, Lake Hylia a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
A big body of water kind of off to the side.
Well, there's a lot of similarities like that, like with the Mysterious Woods, Big Lost Woods, stuff.
I like that, and I like that little cinematic with the mermaid kind of swimming off there for a second. It's just a nice little touch. Not a whole lot to it. You get the next item. You got the scale.
And I love that thing right there, like diving down. How you had to go under a rock to get to the dungeon. I thought that was just kind of something very small but very neat.
I agree. And again, just going through this little underwater area, side scrolling, pretty cool. But now that we're done with this part, we're going to be entering Catfish Mall.